Well, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the run, of course. There's no doubt about that. We left a lot on the table in the morning run, and really just had our back against the wall, of course. You know, the morning run, we had to go out there and go down the track. You're not going to learn anything doing the things we did on Friday. So it almost made it on Friday, and I think I had it staged a little crooked or something. So we just come back after it on Saturday morning there and made it go down the track, and it all worked out pretty well. And then, you know, had a little room to tune it up, and had about 3 different timing scenarios made up on my little graphic editor there, depending on whether we were in the show or not in the show. And happened to be that since we were still in, we stuck the one in there to go for the throat, and it worked.
Was part of that?
Well, tomorrow. You know, tomorrow we're just going to try and duplicate today, probably. You know, I'm not going to try and go out there and go 78 or 77 or something like that, but I would like to see the car go down the track again and again and again. It's still early learning stages on the 90% deal. I didn't go all the way back to 90, but boy, the parts look wonderful, and I have to thank NHRA for that. That was a tremendous benefit to a guy in my financial position. You cannot imagine how much stuff we hurt last year. So I'm hoping that this year's, you know, parts failure will be a little better, and I've guaranteed Dan Olson that I'm going to have less oil down. So if I don't, I'm probably going to have to jump off a cliff. So hopefully all that works out. But you know, I went 3 years and lost 1 motor when we were on 90%, and I lost 6 motors last year. So I have to believe that it's going to make a difference, but I don't really know that it is, because now, of course, we're smarter, or we think we are, and whenever that happens, the motor suffers. So that's the way it works.
When you come in here this time.
Well, I appreciate that. I was really struggling when I got to Bristol there. That was the thing, and the car was starting to run better, and the car's come around really, you know, since the middle of the year, and we had a lot of blower issues that we had to get over, and to be quite frank with you, you know, some of the higher ranked teams helped me out at the end of last year, letting me use their equipment. And now that I'm teamed up with Don Bernone, we've been to his place. They're probably really sick of seeing me, but we've been there half a dozen times wearing out their blower and their clutch dyno, and I've really learned a lot from that. So I hope that that's going to you know, increase the chances of my car running good everywhere it goes, instead of just sparsely like it did last year. But hopefully, well, with that relationship, you know, Donnie Bender and I, we've had a good relationship for the last 3 or 4 years. We've talked a lot, because, you know, think about when Dick LaHaye left, he really didn't have anybody to talk to. Nobody's going to talk to him because he's got a really good car. So, I mean, it's just good to have a guy that say, hey, you ever seen a piston look like that, or a push rod look like that, or what the heck do you think that is? You know what I mean? So him and I have really had a good relationship anyway. So when Don called me and asked me about that, it was a no-brainer for me. I mean, it's a no-lose situation for me whatsoever. So that's going to be good.
You haven't had.
So yeah, it's going to be a good relationship though, all the way around it. But everybody out there helps guys. It's a good family out here. Everybody knows that. You know, it's in the racing industry that everybody helps everybody. Nobody wants to see their car tore up.
It's got to make you feel good to start.
I'm making no promises about that. That car has a brain of its own. It doesn't listen to me every time I turn a knob in it. But like I said, I believe that the stuff I just talked about, the relationship with Prudhomme and Dick Levi's money, is going to make a difference. There's no doubt about that. And we have some other little things working. I hope that we can announce a little associate sponsorship deal later on. We'll see how that works out too.